Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investors channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about another cryptocurrency that has recently been listed on Coinbase, and this project is called the Orion protocol or the ORN token, right? Again, as always guys, I highly recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects that we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website orionprotocol.io in order to learn more about this project, right? So going back to the CoinMarketCap's page, I'm going to rely on the information present in CoinMarketCap in order to provide a brief explanation, but always do your own in-depth research before you put any of your money on this token, right? So what is Orion protocol? The Orion protocol was designed to aggregate the liquidity of multiple crypto exchanges into a decentralized platform that provides a singular non-custodial gateway into the entire digital asset market. It was founded in 2018 and launched in 2020 by Alexei Koloskov in an attempt to solve some of the major issues in the decentralized finance space. So again, right off the bat, there's a lot of information to uncover in the very first paragraph. So let's try to take it apart, right? So the first sentence talks about what it was designed for, what Orion protocol is basically aiming to do, right? So Orion protocol is basically trying to aggregate the liquidity of multiple crypto exchanges into a decentralized platform that provides a singular non-custodial gateway. So again, if you take cryptocurrency exchanges or decentralized cryptocurrency exchanges specifically in general, you see platforms like, let's say, Uniswap. It has its own liquidity pools. SushiSwap, which has its own liquidity pools. Balancer, Kyber Network, and even 1inch. So all of these platforms have their own liquidity pools, right? So what this does is, by having separate decentralized exchanges, you are basically losing out on liquidity for many of the platforms, whereas a handful of platforms get all the liquidity, right? So the liquidity is mostly concentrated in popular decentralized exchanges such as Uniswap and SushiSwap and so on and so forth, whereas a new decentralized exchange, even though it may have a very innovative technology, it may still not get the same traction that Uniswap or SushiSwap is getting, because people don't necessarily notice it, and thereby the liquidity pools in those new exchanges, decentralized exchanges, may not really be deep enough for people to do decentralized transactions, right? So after identifying this problem, Orion protocol basically is a platform that aims to aggregate the liquidity of multiple crypto exchanges, right? And it does it in one single platform. So if you go to Orion protocol's platform, that's basically what they want as the go-to platform for aggregating all the liquidity, and it aims to do this in a singular non-custodial gateway. Again, these are the key words here. So singular meaning they want to be the main one point of contact, but even though they aim to be the liquidity hub, they are completely non-custodial, which means you are not basically relinquishing power of your own crypto keys, right? So it's fully decentralized, but the platform itself is a single platform where you can find multiple liquidity, right? So non-custodial gateway into the entire digital asset markets. Again, that's pretty much what this platform does. It aims to be this liquidity aggregator in a decentralized manner by fully allowing the participants to have control of their own private keys, right? So it was founded in 2018. So this platform has been founded and been around since 2018, which is a decent amount of time for any crypto project to exist, and has been fully launched in 2020, right? So you can clearly see that since 2020 was basically the DeFi bull run, Orion protocol launched just on time, because they specifically wanted to address this liquidity issue when, if you guys remember last year, there have been so many decentralized exchanges which have been clones of Uniswap that tried to kind of like do vampire attacks on on Uniswap or SushiSwap and several other platforms in order to kind of drain the liquidity, right? So liquidity was basically, again, concentrated in some areas but diluted in other areas. But this is basically when Orion protocol came into existence fully in 2020, and it was created by a person called Alexei Koloskov, and it kind of aims to solve the biggest problem in the decentralized finance space, which is again liquidity islands, right, or liquidity in decentralized exchanges focused in multiple different platforms which are not necessarily readily accessible by all, right? So Orion aims to solve the difficulties in performing profitable transactions associated with a lack of liquidity on majority of crypto exchanges. This is the case for both centralized and decentralized exchanges. Orion's solution to this is to aggregate exchanges order books into one simple to use and understood terminal. So again, this paragraph basically talks about everything that we just discussed right now. There's a lot of liquidity based issues, and Orion protocol basically aims to solve this problem, right, by acting this liquidity hub for every decentralized exchange out there, right? So that's pretty good. The Orion protocol's goal is to help users get the best returns out of their investments while also lowering the risks associated with using multiple exchanges, right? So the main ultimate goal for Orion protocol is to provide the best returns out of their investment, right? If you see, sometimes when you try to buy, let's say, a wrapped Bitcoin from USDC on Uniswap, you may get a pretty bad rate compared to buying wrapped Bitcoin with the same USDC on SushiSwap or Balancer or so on and so forth, right? So again, people who focus on using Uniswap, specifically version 2 of Uniswap, they face a lot of kind of like price discrepancy because of the fact that the system itself works in a different way. Uniswap version 2 works in a very different way compared to version 3, whereby version 2 is not as capital efficient as version 3, right? So basically, people who try to buy cryptocurrencies of Uniswap get low value for their amount compared to buying it from a centralized exchange, right? So Orion protocol aims to solve this, and another problem that Orion protocol aims to solve is that it tries to lower the risks associated with using multiple exchanges, right? So again, if you try to use multiple exchanges, you are going to face a risk of either a lack of liquidity depth, which will prevent you from making a decent to large volume of purchases. You are going to get severe price slippage. You are also, if you use multiple different exchanges, some exchanges could be scammy and they could just kind of like give you the worst possible deal, and they could even rug on you if you provide liquidity to them, right? So overall, like, Orion protocol aims to solve these two key problems, right? So now that we've discussed about what Orion protocol is and what it does, let's talk about the founders of the protocol. So the Orion protocol was founded by Alexei Koloskov, who is currently the project's chief executive officer. Before Orion, Koloskov was a blockchain developer and the chief architect at Waves platform, as well as the lead IT project manager at UniCredit Bank Russia. So again, this person is of Russian origin, and he has worked in the blockchain space for quite some time. He's also the CEO of Orion protocol, and he was also the chief architect of Waves platform, and also a lead IT project manager in a popular bank in Russia, right? So again, that's basically the overview of the founder himself. So let's look at what makes Orion protocol unique and why you should care about Orion protocol, right? So the Orion protocol operates through collecting the liquidity that is on offer on multiple exchanges within the crypto market and showcasing it as single universal API. This API combines multiple order books and streamlines them for ease of use. Again, Orion protocol's main focus, again, as we discussed multiple times, main aim is to collect liquidity from multiple different decentralized exchanges, right? and it does this in a manner where it combines them into a single API, and this offers multiple order books and streamlines order books in order for ease of use. So again, if you have all the liquidity in one place, you're going to obviously find it much more convenient to use, and that's one of the main value propositions of Orion protocol. The next reason to look at Orion protocol is because it offers a portfolio management application that allows users to monitor and record their activity across exchanges, provides them with the ability to set alarms for opportunities, and automates asset management. So again, apart from making it easier to use for people who want to use it, the platform also allows portfolio management applications, which means if you were to if you want to manage your portfolio through Orion protocol, you basically have that option as well, and you can basically set alarms for opportunities for a particular price point to buy or sell, and automates asset management for you, right? Just like Blockfolio or some other popular platform, right? So again, that's another option you can basically get by from Orion. Additionally, Orion provides a marketplace for decentralized applications that users can easily access and purchase. Again, you have marketplaces for NFTs, marketplaces for in-game items, but Orion protocol is basically providing a marketplace for other dApps, and it allows you to basically connect multiple different dApps within one platform in such a way that if you use Orion protocol, you basically are using it as a marketplace for accessing multiple different dApps or exchanges, right? So again, that's another feature of Orion protocol. The Orion token, ORN, is the native utility token of the Orion protocol based on the ERC20 standard. Its supply is capped at 100 million ORN. ORN can be used in the Orion terminal and for decentralized brokerage. So again, just like any other platform, you have the ORN or Orion token, which is the utility token of the Orion protocol, and it's an ERC20 based token because it's built on top of the Ethereum blockchain, obviously, and its supply is capped at 100 million tokens maximum, right? And what can you do with this token? You can basically use this token in the Orion terminal and for decentralized brokerage. Again, these are some of the main utility for this token, right? So again, that gives an overview of what the platform itself does and what's the main highlights of the platform and what's the use case of the token itself. So now let's go to security, right? Again, when it comes to security, since the platform is built on top of Ethereum, it leverages the security that Ethereum has to offer, which is one of the best in the crypto space. But let's see what else they have to say about security. So the Orion protocol network is constantly audited by the leading blockchain security firm, Certic, ensuring the platform's functionality, integrity, and optimization through regular security audits and penetration testing. So if you see, there are several auditing firms, but the most popular one is Certic. So they have been audited, and they're using the word constantly audited, which means they're actively and constantly auditing their platform in order to make sure that they try to get rid of as much bugs or identify as much bugs as they can. And that's a really good thing, which I'm really happy with, because security is a very important concern, right? And they're trying to use this as a means to perform not only regular security audits, but also penetration tests in order to kind of see if there's any major issue with the platform itself, right? In addition to the Orion protocol's own code, the smart contracts and any open source software on the broker side is also continually audited. This provides a higher level of stability to the terminal's networks. Again, apart from these features that we discussed right now, the smart contracts and any open source software is also audited from the broker side, which means everything is fully audited and secure. And since it also uses the Ethereum blockchain, it's definitely extremely secure, and there's no risk of security from the Orion platform, right? So again, that's some of the main peripheral information that we covered here. So let's quickly go to the website and see what they have. So if you see Orion protocol's ORN token is basically what is the first thing you'll see on the website. They're right off the bat jumping and talking about their token. You also have this token in the BEP20 standard as well, which means it's available on the Binance Smart Chain. So you have the respective contract addresses. Please go use the right contract address either from CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap or from the website itself, right? Because there's a lot of scams out there. You can buy the ORN token now by clicking on this link, and at the core of Orion protocol is the ORN token. So again, since we know that it's a utility token, it performs a lot of core functions within the platform. You can read through all the other information that we covered. So you have holder benefits where you basically get rewarded, and also you can stake it. You get staking rewards as well. 18 revenue streams, so they have multiple different revenue streams in order to generate passive income for ORN holders. Supply capped, again, as we discussed, there's only 100 million tokens in supply as a max supply, so that's very important as well. Dynamic coin offering. So again, the token sale was basically one of the first to implement dynamic coin offering, which is a token sale that succeeds pretty much all the time, because again, it's a very unique way of offering a coin. You can read all about that on the website. So those are some of the main key components of the token itself. So here are some of the main ways by which they generate revenue, right? So if you want to hold ORN tokens to generate passive income, these are some of the ways by which they earn revenue, and you will be basically rewarded for staking your tokens within the platform, right? So you have 18 revenue streams here. You can buy this token from Binance, obviously the largest cryptocurrency exchange. You can also buy it from BitMax, KuCoin, MXC, and Get.io. And now it's going to be available on Coinbase as well, so there's no issue about that. So token utility, we worked hard to ensure deep utility of the ORN token across our entire ecosystem. Again, that's pretty straightforward. They have the Orion Terminal here, Orion Enterprise, decentralized brokerage features, as well as additional products that are not necessarily fully listed here, but you can obviously go through their docs to find out. If you see their roadmap, you can clearly see that they're obviously focusing on increased volume, improving infrastructure, as well as industry first features, right? So again, here are some of the progresses that's been made and what their targets are. Diminishing supply, again, supply capped, and therefore it's very important that people understand that it's supply capped, because it's not inflationary or it doesn't really have burning mechanisms, but it still has a cap, right? So staking, you can stake ORN tokens in order to earn rewards. Licensing fees, which is also a very unique thing for this platform. Refunds, and so on and so forth, right? So they're highlighting many important information about holder benefits. So if you're hodling ORN, then these are some of the information that you would need. Or if you're planning to hodl a token for long term, and if you think that ORN may be a likely candidate, you need to read this particular section. You get discounted trading if you hodl ORN. You get staking returns, obviously, priority access to some of the features and advanced features, right? So if you hold and stake ORN, you get many benefits within the platform itself, right? So if you want to get early access to information from the ORN or Orion protocol, you can sign up to their newsletter and get the information there, right? So here are the token distribution information. So 45% of the token was sold through token sales. You have the Orion Foundation that holds 24%. You have the team that holds 12%, 13% by marketing, and 6% by advisors and partners. So again, a fairly decently distributed token. Here's the token details, and here's the release schedule, right? So if you see anything for public sale, you have a flat line here, but if you see for private sale as a seed sale, the release schedule kind of is pretty on the linear side, right? So again, it's a decent token distribution or token release schedule, right? You also have the social media information here, and you can access their white paper and other important information here from their website, right? So overall, a website which provides a lot of information, mainly focusing on how you can reap a lot of benefits by just staking and hodling Orion tokens itself, right? So going back to the coin market cap page for the Orion protocol, this token is currently ranked 237th by market cap on coin market cap. It's currently trading at $8.81 at the time I'm making this video, with a 8.78% decrease in the past 24 hours, right? And if you scroll below, you can clearly see that the market cap is less than $300 million in market cap. I would probably say it's a low to mid tier kind of like altcoin, where you basically have the price potential upward, but at the same time it's highly speculative and it could potentially go down as well, right? So overall, the market cap has been going down right after the Coinbase listing. Again, just as we know, when Coinbase announces a particular token to be listed, the token pumps. Again, we made a video about a particular token called Request, and that token literally shot to like 120% immediately after the news. But I believe the token is dumping right now because Orion was also pumping like crazy yesterday. And since the Coinbase listing, people have started kind of like dumping their tokens, and now it's kind of in the declining stage, right? So when the price of the token declines, the market cap also declines. So I think this token can easily go down and retest the $250 million in market cap range. But at the same time, depending on a lot of network activity, I think this can stabilize somewhere between $250 to $260 million in market cap, right? But I think the token does have some incredible potential. And if you see the total supply, and max supply is basically 100 million tokens. And the circulating supply is 30% of the total supply. Again, not too bad, but you can definitely expect some form of price slumping, because as staking rewards are distributed, people will immediately dump them on the market, which will cause the price to slump, right? So overall, I think it's a fairly decent distribution and token allocation for this token. And since the circulating supply is 30%, it's not that great and not that bad as well, somewhere in the middle area, right? So that's pretty good for a token like this. And if you go to the charts, you can clearly see the token has made some really good gains for people who invested early on. So the token was officially available since last year, July 16th of 2020, and it was initially worth 67 cents, but the token immediately started rallying up and touched the kind of like a $6 range, making its first all-time highs at around $6.09 or something in that range, August of 2020, and then it dumped down as expected. Was moving sideways a bit until early this year, when the token went from $2.59 to an all-time highs of about $27.87. Again, that's a pretty decent rally upwards, and it started crashing immediately after that. And then by July, mid of July this year, the token reached its relative lows of $3.90 or $4.15 in that range, and then it's kind of going back up. I think it mostly went back. This parabolic gain was all about Coinbase listing, right? And after that, now it's kind of declining, right? I think this token can retest the $6 range from the chart, and also because of the ample of liquidity that Coinbase has provided, I think this token has a very low chance of breaking below the $6 range, but it can definitely retest the $6 range, and that would be a good dollar cost average in opportunity for this token, right? But if you're trying to buy this right now, even at this price point, this token has pretty much been significantly beaten down from its all-time highs, right? So I think for the long term, this is still a good price opportunity to kind of dollar cost average in. But if you are a short-term hodler, if you want to buy it at a lower price as possible, then you can wait for this token to go retest the $6 range, which is also a good price point to buy, right? So if you go to the Bitcoin comparative, again, you can clearly see that after, I believe, like somewhere between 2020 to 2021, early 2021, this token had kind of like had a very different price rally in Bitcoin comparative versus dollar comparative. But since 2021, the price has kind of like stabilized, and it's pretty much overlapping the dollar comparative, right? So if you take the Satoshi comparative, this token was initially worth 7,300 Satoshis per token, July 16th of 2020, and then it immediately pumped to an all-time highs of about 54,000 Satoshis per token before crashing back down, and it kind of like reached its all-time lows during early January this year, when this token was worth 7,645 Satoshis, and then After January, it suddenly went back up again, not really making a new all-time high, but was pretty close to its last year's all-time highs in the Bitcoin comparative, and it reached 51,000 satoshis before crashing back down. And after the Coinbase listing, this token has been kind of like going up, but now it seems like the trend is reversing, and it could potentially retest the, I believe, kind of like 15,000 satoshis or even 13,000 satoshis per token, right? Which is a good dollar cost averaging opportunity to buy this token with some Bitcoin satoshis or even full Bitcoin if you can afford it, right? So I think in the dollar comparative looks much better as a buy opportunity compared to Bitcoin comparative. But if you want to buy this token with some spare satoshis, you can probably get some really good deals at about 15 to 13,000 satoshis, right? But that's just my verdict, guys. Please do your own research. If you go to the markets where it's available, as we discussed, it's available on Binance, it is the largest exchange. It's also available on Coinbase as of today, I believe. And you can also get it from KuCoin, Uniswap version 2, and so on and so forth, right? So again, if you can get it from Coinbase and Binance, then there's no real reason for you to look at other exchanges. But if you want to buy it from decentralized exchanges, you can get it from Uniswap version 2, and I believe that you can also get it from Uniswap version 3 as well, right? But overall, the main point that we need to obviously take into account is that since all the major exchanges have probably already listed this token or in the process of listing this token, I think there is no real short-term potential because this token has pretty much a good liquidity from Binance and Coinbase, and therefore I don't think a new listing from either Huobi or OKEX or whatever other exchange is going to cause some significant short-term price rally. So you need to bear that in mind, right? So what's my verdict on this token, guys? I think this token is trying to solve a genuine problem. Liquidity in decentralized exchanges are a huge deal, and having islands of liquidity is now going to be good for the future of decentralized finance, right? Orion is basically noticing that, and it's trying to actively solve that. Whether it's going to be successful or not, we don't know. I do believe that this token has a really important value proposition, which is going to be something that you need to look into. You definitely need to have this token in your radar. I personally am going to look to buy this token when it kind of goes below the $7 range or $6.50 range, and that's something that will help me buy a decent amount of token. I'm not going to invest a lot. I'm going to just maybe buy a small bag of this token at first, and if it keeps going down, I'll probably dollar cost average in a little bit more, right? I'll probably say that this token would be maybe like 5 to 7% of my portfolio, but it's still going to be something that I'm personally going to be interested in. With Coinbase listing it, I think there's going to be a lot of traction, and this token can easily make a, it can easily cross the previous all-time highs of $27 by the end of this bull run. It can in fact reach at least $35 to $40 per token by the end of this bull run. And I think in the long term, depending on how successful this token is, I think this token can easily cross the $50 range per token, right? Which is again something that's a hopium kind of thing that I'm saying. But I do believe that since this token has already managed to reach $24 to $25 per token last year, I think this token can easily cross the $30 to $35 range by the end of this bull run, and $50 range easily in the next 5 to 6 years, right? So that's just my prediction, guys. Again, remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.